It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and it's the Bears and the reigning NFC champs on Monday Night Primetime.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams make as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. First carry now for David Montgomery. And some room to roam now. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence.
They're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. To throw.
Nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So a first interception thrown.
2 in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means it's a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They run, Cook, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. They're going to look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. McCann's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Fields on target to Mooney. First down, Chicago. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Fields. On the right side, this is Miller. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Now it's Fields. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. To throw again on second down. Fields. He's got it. Touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 6th touchdown of the bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Play action. It's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.